let's go ahead and just get this started. We're just going to be a two-man talk show today since Liam's going to be missing, and that's mostly my fault because we're supposed to do this yesterday, and I think he just got tied up at work today, so maybe he'll pop in a little bit. And yeah, I'm really scatterbrained because of work, but what do we usually talk about first?
We recap last week's game.
I don't even remember who the fuck played last week.
You played Miami, right?
No. We played...
Yo, you played Baltimore.
Oh, that was the Baltimore comeback. Yeah, oh my god. Yeah, there's plenty to talk about that game, I guess. Who'd you guys play?
The Bears.
And you lost?
No.
You won?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Wow, this is great.
Man, you are out of it.
Dude, I haven't been in a football zone for like over a week with all this other shit that's been going on. So today's gonna be fucking sloppy as shit from me, but all right. We'll start with the Bills game. It's interesting because my brother's in town, right? So he's not big into football at all. And one of the reasons why he's not into football is because I think like during the time that he was like watching football, you know, the team was awful, and they just broke our hearts all the time, you know, because they just like would lose and they would be terrible. And so he actually watched the game this past weekend because it was just on TV and nothing else was on, because why the hell else would, you know, NFL just owns Sundays. So he watched it and he was like, I watched it and they were down like 20-3, and I'm like, fuck, nothing's changed. He's like, they're gonna upset me, and then they started fucking coming back, and I was like, yeah, they're a different goddamn team. They're a different team, not like how they were like 5-6 years ago, you know. So I mean, during my experience when I was watching that game, 20-3 sucked, but they got the ball with like 4 minutes left in that, like before halftime. And I was like, you know, if they score a touchdown going into the tunnel 10-20, that's really not bad. And this team could easily come back from that. And they marched down the field, got the touchdown, went into the thing, and Jesus Christ, Baltimore just shut down after the half, dude. They just didn't do shit.
What do you think of the going for it call?
So, okay, so statistically, I understand why the coach, I forget his name, Harbaugh, one of the brothers, yeah. Statistically speaking, I understand why he went for that. I get it. So like the idea is you go for it and you put 7, because if you just go up 3 and you give the opposing team the ball back with like a little bit of time, it becomes 4 down territory for them, you know? And I don't think he was too confident that he would be able to stop Allen's offense, you know, the Bills' offense, when they're going for it on every 4th down. You know what I mean? So I think he's like, statistically, we need to put pressure up and get 7 points on the board, because, you know, they could easily just get into field goal range and kick a field goal to tie it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I get why he went for it. I don't think it was smart, but at the same time, I think he kind of saw, because at that point, he wasn't putting any points up on the board. You know, they didn't get any points in the second half at all. So I think he just kind of said, fuck it, we're going all in, get a touchdown. The Bills have done that in the past, you know. We just had to go for it because we knew we weren't good enough to just go for 3 and then rely on the defense. So I don't know. It made sense, I guess. But yeah, good game. Fucking great. I love seeing the Bills come back up from 17. And 2 things about this game that were really interesting to the Bills in Bills town over here. 2 things. The Bills were something like, going into this game, they were something like 17-2 or 17-1 or some shit in games decided by 1 point. Like, we would either lose games by, or not 1 point, 1 score, I should say. They would either lose games by 1 score, win by a fuck ton of points, and that was it. So like, they kind of exercised the demons where they like finally won a game by 1 score. for the first time in a hot minute instead of losing it. Man, I'm so confused. They were like 2 and 17. Yeah, they were 2 and 17. Yeah, I mixed up the numbers. I'm sorry. Yeah, like we any game that was like a 1-score game, we statistically lost it. Like last year, the game against the Bucks, where we went to overtime and lost. Like any game that was just close, we lost. The Tennessee game last year, where Allen slipped when he went for the first down, like at the end of the game, that was a 1-score game. We lost. Arizona Cardinals, the Hail Murray 1-score game, we lost. Like we have lost so many games like that. And it's weird because like the only games that we won were just by like a huge margin. We either lost barely or won hugely. It's weird, but we did that. So there's that. And then there was another thing I was thinking of with that game. What was it? Oh well, it's come and gone. What about you?
All right, well, Bears Giants was kind of Giants versus Diet Giants, I suppose. The Bears are basically the Giants but worse. So it was a pretty boring game, to be quite honest. And
the Giants but worse.
That's kind of how it is every year that we play the Bears, because I think we've played them like 4 years in a row now. And every time, like the first time we played them in that sequence was the first year that Saquon tore his ACL, and that was in week 2, and just the year was fucking lost. And every year after that, it's Trubisky against Eli, and then it's Trubisky against Daniel Jones, and it's just not great football. It's just bad football. But the Giants' offense is a little bit better than it was in these past, couple of years. Especially against the Bears, like, because you think like, oh, the Bears, that'll probably be a team that they finally break through on and, score a couple of touchdowns on. Yeah, no, that doesn't happen. Saquon had a good game though, and they took the ball completely out of Daniel Jones's hands. He only threw, I think, 13 times. He had 2 rushing touchdowns on bootlegs. Yeah,
you were fighting some injuries too with him, right?
And then, well, he got injured in that game. So he hurts his ankle, which I didn't even realize at the time. I think I like got up to go do something and then came back and I'm like, why the fuck is Tyrod Taylor in the game? And then Tyrod Taylor gets a concussion. So then Daniel and I'm like yelling on Twitter. I'm like, I think I like added Tree or something. I'm like, yo, Jones is fine. Put his ass back in. Liam just texted that chatted that he's back.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So Jones comes back in on one ankle, and Saquon runs the Wildcat on 4 straight snaps. So I thought it was kind of just a meme. No, he was actually depth charted as our quarterback 3. He's unironically our backup quarterback.
Wow.
So he ran the Wildcat on 4 plays. They got a field goal out of it. And then Jones went back to actually, Jones stayed in the game, but, the drive was over at that point. So now there's questions about whether he's going to play the London game, which, yes, we have to play in London this week. Fucking sucks.
Oh, that's right. You are the London game. Are you going to wake up like mad early to watch it?
Unfortunately.
I will try to do the same, but that might be a game I gotta miss because I'm fucking exhausted.
I missed the Jet game when it was London. I was like, no, I'm gonna sleep. Fuck you.
Welcome, Liam.
Yeah, sorry about that.
We're like, all good. We're like semi decent this year, so it gives you more incentive to want to watch it.
I did sort of wake up when, what was it, 2015? When I think that was the game where the Jets absolutely beat the shit out of the Dolphins so bad that once they landed, they fucking fired their coach. Oof. The Dolphins fired their coach.
Can we speak with you for a minute? Can I put my bags down? No, you're gonna want to keep that packed.
Yo, you don't, please don't attack.
Like, please turn around and get back on the plane, sir.
Yeah, everyone's getting off the plane and like some guy walks by him and just handcuffs him.
It's the meme of the black dude like holding that guy up on the street. Like, nope. Okay.
They just handcuff him to the chair and they're like, you're staying on board. They all get off and then it just flies away. Where's he going? Who knows?
We got 16 hours of MacGruber to watch.
Oh God.
Oh, MacGruber.
So yeah,
You're
so
gonna wish you had a concussion. Like
we had, it was a good game. I expected to win that game, and now it's a London game against Green Bay, which anything could fucking happen. I have no idea what's gonna happen. The Giants could pull off an upset because I forgot about this, but in that game against the Patriots, Aaron Rodgers just didn't look good.
Yeah, that was a game. I know that we all picked the Packers to win, but they did not look. That wasn't a convincing win.
No, I was about to say they did not win convincingly.
I mean, yeah, Belichick's defense does, he does a good job game planning. And I feel like, against well-established quarterbacks, there's enough footage and film to know exactly how they're going to play and how to frustrate them and how to do this and how to do that. And on top of that, like, he's still struggling with receiver issues. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm surprised. I thought that game was going to be like a runaway, but yeah, that was
He also had the one sort of egregious pick six where he the dude jumped the route and read it really well. So like fair play to him. I don't know, man. Like people are saying now our second. I feel like Aaron Rodgers is going to be one of those quarterbacks that if you have a suspect secondary, he's going to fucking dissect you and tear you to bits. But
not if he doesn't have good route runners.
Yeah.
Not if he doesn't have good route runners. Ojulari's been pretty good, but I think he's questionable. Julian Love has been pretty great at safety, and Xavier McKinney as our deep safety is like outstanding right now. So these secondary worries that I was having at the start of the season are starting to be resolved a bit, and they just got a shot in the arm today because, as I posted in Sports Channel, guess who we re-signed?
Landon Collins?
Landon Collins.
Yep.
The dude can't cover anymore, but Martindale, people are saying, like, the Giants sub is actually hyped about this. Like, I went in expected to be like, why the fuck did we re-sign this guy? He's over the hill.
And all the comments were like, let's go!
Yeah, all the comments are like, this is actually a good signing because Landon Collins is, like, he's been around, at this point, he's been in the league, like, 10 years. Like, that is crazy to think about, number one. So he's like he's a veteran at this point. He knows what he can and can't do, and Martindale knows what he can and can't do. And Martindale's a smart enough defensive coordinator to where all the Giants fans think, okay, you're gonna put Collins in on because he's like a hybrid linebacker safety,
right?
And you're gonna put him in obvious running situations, and he's gonna help stop the run because that's actually turned into our biggest weakness on defense. Is stopping the run. Like the Bears game, we were getting, gashed by fucking Herbert for like 8 yards a carry.
Right.
So Collins is going to come in to help shore up the middle of the field, run defensively, and then I guess he could drop back into coverage and do some fake blitzes and shit. In Martindale's system, I have no fucking idea how his system works, but it's interesting. And he made the flight to London. It said that, I think Shefty said that he got signed to the practice squad, but he did fly to London, so I don't know if he's going to play.
It depends on how soon he can learn the playbook and the calls and shit.
Yeah, if anything, just put him in for like a handful of downs and
I mean,
just have him learn like a dozen plays and be like, all right,
right. Like you said, you can just put him in on obvious run situations, like goal line situations or whatever, just to stack the box.
Yeah, I was just really surprised at the reaction because I thought he wasn't as drama filled as like a Jamal Adams exit, but he was like kind of our Jamal Adams in that sense. I feel like he left on bad terms and then he signed with Washington.
Yeah, but he left with a different
and stay in the division.
He also left with a different coach and a different GM, right?
Well, he left when Coughlin was still head coach, I think.
Yeah.
That or McAdoo's first year.
Well, sometimes when someone leaves in a bad way, I mean, depending on the situation and depending on the reasons for leaving and how they left, as long as you don't piss off the fans for leaving, then it's fine. Like, as long as they make it like it's a business decision, fuck this organization. But the fans still, the fans still like him. I mean, there's a couple people that left the Bills that we don't like because they were just kind of, dicks in general.
They were assholes. Yeah, they were assholes on the way out.
Yeah, but there are some that we lost because we're like, yeah, he wants to win and Buffalo's not winning shit. So go, you do you.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm fairly confident. I was talking to Liam last night, Puzz. ESPN put us at a 13% chance to beat the Packers.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
I think it's better than that, but I think it's more like 30-35.
How much of?
So
well, here's the question: what percentage of that is the London variable?
Oh, fuck if like nobody knows.
Like if you were playing at home, like would your chances be 5% less? But it's like just because it's in London, it's a little bit more.
I don't know if it made it more, if it made it less. No idea.
Are you technically the home team in London?
Does it matter?
It doesn't matter. So. I'm just kind of curious.
I don't think so.
The Packers?
No, the Packers are the home team.
Yeah. Well, sometimes like
ESPN doesn't even list home and away records for this, so
right.
It kind of counts as a neutral site.
It doesn't, but at the same time, like with fans that don't know football, they're like, "Let's watch American football," and they're like, "What team's the home team? The green and yellow one." All right, we were rooting for them. Fuck the blue and white ones.
Yeah.
It's funny. I saw on Twitter somebody who lives in the UK saw like a dude in a cheesehead hat.
Yes, I saw that thing.
Yeah,
and they're just like, "What is going on?
Like, what is going on?
Why does this man have the cheese on his head?" Like,
don't worry about it.
Yeah. All right, Liam. Quick synopsis of Jets Steelers.
So
and then we gotta get to picks.
I'll be honest. I did not expect them to actually win.
I did.
I know. Hey, hats off to you. I thought that the offense looked good. The defense actually showed up, which was surprising. I mean, they picked off Trubisky once, and they got to pick it legitimately twice, and then the third one doesn't really count because it was a Hail Mary at the end of the game. I'm a little annoyed that everyone's takeaway from the game was, "Oh my God, Pickett's in," and it's like, okay, but he threw like 2 interceptions, and the only 2 touchdowns that he had was on the ground because they legitimately did not like him throwing the ball. Zach Wilson, the main story was Zach Wilson. He looked good, not great, but first game back, hadn't played in over a month. There's gonna be some rust. Leading that fourth quarter drive, I think he was 5 for 5, 52 yards, something like that. Like, he was 10 for 12 in the fourth quarter. Like, that's what you want to see. So, it's another comeback win, but hey, a win's a win. I'm not gonna,
Hey, comeback wins are harder than regular wins.
They are, but at the same time, like, up until the Jets had that 3-0 lead in the first quarter, they had only led all year for 22 seconds.
Hey, it only matters at the very end who's leading.
Yeah. So, yes, but at the same time, I'd like to actually lead for most, if not all, of the game.
Yeah, that's what felt weird about the Bears game. Like, oh wow, we're like actually in the lead.
Yeah.
Is this what this feels like? Awesome.
Yeah. So that's what that feels like.
Yeah. You'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna go over. If you want me to go over like the preview for the Miami game.
Yeah, just give it a quick, once over.
Really, I think that the whole game is really going to come down to how the secondary does. How the Jets secondary does, I should say. Because you have to contain Waddle and Tyreek Hill. I think it's possible because we have DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner. However, if they're playing like a soft zone and they have to put it into the hands of the safeties, Teddy Bridgewater could potentially just tear them up. But if they play a smart game and they managed to shut down both of them, as unlikely as it sounds, like, I think they could come away with a win because you are going up against Teddy Bridgewater, who is good, but he's Miami's backup. And I think that our offense is a bit more alive with Zach Wilson. Like, the play can be extended. They could run some trick plays that they maybe can't with Flacco because, you know, he's old. But do I expect them to win? Not necessarily. I think the Dolphins just have a better team in general. But, you know, it's one of those. If we win, I mean, I think that would mean at the very least we'd be tied for first. Well, actually, no, we'd be second if the Bills win, but we'd be first through tiebreaker if the Bills lost. But, you know, it's certainly better than what people expected. I think, you know, beginning of the season, if you'd said, okay, you're going to go 2-2 against the AFC North, you'd just be like, well, shit, okay.
Yeah, for real. I mean, you're 500 after on the 4-week mark, and I can tell you right now, Brendan probably didn't expect to be 3-1
no.
at this point.
No, I mean, on the contrary, after the Titans game at least, I expected them to be 4-0. After the Titans game and after Dak getting injured, I expected them to be 4-0.
Oh, gotcha.
And I am on record of saying this.
Well, that's good. Hot dog.
Like,
I mean, I remember just you being so negative all the time. I'm like, you know what? You got a good coach.
I thought going into the season, I probably would have said 2-2. I would have said I picked against the Giants in week 1 because I thought the Titans were a better team than they are. Because
that's fair.
Ooh,
Derrick Henry.
Well, Derrick Henry, Tannehill's not bad, but like they just played down to the competition, and they've continued to do so. I expected to lose to the Cowboys with a healthy Dak, and then I expected to beat the Bears, and I expected to beat the Panthers because they're trash. So, if you had said, you know, after 4 weeks the Giants are 2-2, I'd have been like, yeah, sounds about right. And them being 3-1 is a blessing. Like, you think about it, the soonest that we've gotten to 3 wins in the last like 5 or 6 seasons, we were 3-6.
Well, you already got the 3 out of the way then, so now you can lose the next 6.
There were, you know, there were like 2 years where we didn't get our 3rd win until we were like 2-13 and 2-14.
Yeah.
When the season's over.
Yeah, when the season's over and we're playing meaningless games.
Yeah.
So
you're not in the hunt. Like
you're the spoiler.
Yeah, but right now we are in the hunt, you know? It's up to them whether or not they can do something with it. We'll see how the Landon Collins signings play out. We'll see what happens with a healthy Jones when he, you know, I don't know if we're gonna be running out Davis Webb. I don't think Dable has said yet. Jones is still kind of day to day because I don't think he did any structural damage or like pulled anything. So I think he's kind of just chilling and taking the couple days off to keep weight off of it. And we'll see what happens on Sunday. If they beat the Packers, it'll be a massive morale boost. Like, then you've completely sold me. And then I think if they beat the Packers, then I think this team has a shot at the playoffs.
Ooh. That's going to be pretty tough to do, too, because you're in the same division as Philly and Dallas. Dallas, I don't think they're 3-1, but if you know, they continue.
I think Philly's the real contender.
Philly, right.
Philly, like I went on at the beginning of the year and I said Philly's going to win the division. Like, I really think they will, and they've shown it.
Yeah,
for lack of a better word,
they are shown it. They are a very solid team. Like, they're not crazy good at anything, but like overall, the team is just operating and playing games very
They have
clean.
good offense. They have good defense. They have good coaching.
Yeah,
they're
all
just,
around.
You know, they are.
It's working. It's finally all coming together.
Yep.
All right.
And then I guess my recap, I don't really need to go too far into it. Bills are playing the Pittsburgh Steelers. Kenny Pickett is making his first NFL start against Buffalo.
Did you see the first 5 teams he has to play against?
Yeah, it's not good. I remember seeing it as a gauntlet too.
Yeah, it's an absolute gauntlet.
Where is it? I expect obviously the Bills to win this game. If we lose, then there's going to be a lot of question marks with this team. But still, our injury report is fucking 2 pages long. It's long. It's longer than it's ever been at any point in the past 5 years. So they're still banged up. They're still winning games, which is good. It's good for their depth. But this should be an easy game, win by at least like 10 or 12 points.
All right, Steelers next 5 games: Bucks, Dolphins, Bills, Bucks, Dolphins, Eagles, Saints.
Okay,
Gauntlet.
Saints not too bad, but their offense is pretty decent. Yeah, like all those all those defenses are pretty decent.
Yeah.
So have fun. I mean, but then again, Kenny Pickett could come out and fucking win half of those, and suddenly
they're right back in the division.
Suddenly Mitch Trubisky looking for a Jorb again. Actually, he is already, but
let's pivot. We got 15 minutes to the picks.
Yep.
All right.
So I have updated the scoring, and Liam.
No change.
No, Liam is in the lead.
How? Wait, what?
I think I must have missed one when I was adding things up at some point. So you actually are in the lead by 2 points.
How?
Don't worry about it.
We'll go through it again, but he said that he thinks he forgot a 2-point win that you had that he didn't add in.
Okay. I thought we were pretty much all tied. I mean, we were tied last week.
You and him were tied. I was short by like 1 or 2 points, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm still behind you guys by like a point or 2. Anyway,
right.
We'll figure it out. We'll go through and we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
the standings right now are Liam at 15, I'm at 13, Puzz is at 12.
Alrighty.
Liam, go first.
All right, let me pull up my week 5. I pretty much had an idea of which games I was going to pick. I just wasn't sure of the order. So, all right. Let's begin. With my 1-point play, I am going to pick the Tennessee Titans to come out strong against the Washington Commies. I think that it's a risky play. However, the Commanders aren't good.
Yeah, they're bad.
Not. They're
bad.
Garbage.
They're pretty bad.
They're just. It's not
so much
good.
for that defense. Have we even seen Chase Young and Montez Sweat this year? Like, were they hurt?
No, Sweat was definitely hurt. And Young was, I think, hurt too.
I think Young is still recovering from his ACL.
Yeah, Young tore his ACL.
Yes.
I remember that. I didn't know if he came back yet or not.
So, yeah, we'll see. But yeah, the defense just isn't doing it for them.
And when you got Carson Wentz leading the offense, you need a good defense.
Yeah, tell me about it. For my 2-point play, I'm gonna go with the Buffalo Bills to take out the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think Kenny Pickett isn't the answer. I want the Bills to beat the shit out of the Steelers just because I'm still pissed off that the Jets won and all the focus was, oh my God, Kenny Pickett though. Like, please,
you know what's crazy?
Absolutely destroy them.
You know what's wild to think about? This is the first time the Bills have been picked in this pool this year.
Yeah,
we've been saving it.
We've been saving it. I think that this is the play.
They've also played a lot of matchups that were kind of like, but maybe, like Ravens and Titans. The Miami game at the point that we played Miami, where we were like, well, maybe.
Yeah.
So definitely.
And then for my 3-point play, because I believe I still have 2 uses of them instead of you guys, who just have 1. I'm gonna pick the Chiefs in the Monday night game over the Raiders.
Actually, we have all only picked the Chiefs once.
Okay, yeah, because I know that I picked the Chiefs, I think.
You picked the Chiefs.
Week?
You picked the Chiefs week 1, yes.
Yeah,
and I picked them week 3.
And yeah, you guys picked up for the Colts game, and that was kind of a total waste. So now, obviously, this could backfire on me because the Raiders always seem to play the Chiefs pretty hard, but I think it's in Kansas City, and the Raiders just don't look good. I mean, yeah, congratulations, you beat the Broncos. So can pretty much everybody else at this stage, like. You know, and they really only won because of Melvin Gordon basically gifting you the win. So, you know, I'm going to go with the Chiefs as my 3-point play. It's probably my second use of them, but I'm feeling pretty good about this one.
All right.
Good picks.
I will go next. So, I was kind of in the same boat as Liam. I knew which games I wanted to pick, but I was wondering about the order. But I think I know now. All right, for my 1-pointer, I've gone to them before, and I will go to them again and hopefully have better results. I'm going to take the San Francisco 49ers against the Panthers.
This was one of my honorable mention games.
I think this is the game that gets Matt Rule fired.
Really?
At last?
At long last.
Honestly, here's the thing. If that happens, you deserve 2 extra bonus points.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. I'm going to write it in. 2 points.
2 bonus points if Matt Rule gets fired after.
Rule fired.
And it can just be at any point before the next week starts, like before their game.
Yes, the second a snap is taken in week 6 and Matt Rule
it doesn't count. Okay. Yeah. Because we know the stat. The Panthers, in games where their opponent scores like 17 or more points, or like 19 or more points, they are 1-26.
They are bad enough that the fans are going, God, I wish Sam Darnold were my quarterback.
Yes, they are unironically asking for fucking Sam Darnold.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Baker Mayfield is also the lowest rated quarterback in the league.
Yeah, just fucking nuts.
All right. My 2-pointer that I teased with Liam yesterday, and straight up told him. He already knows it, but Puzz doesn't know it. We're going to Tank Division.
Oh no.
Tank Division needs a captain. And I think this year, Tank Division runs through Duval County. I am taking the Jags against the Texans.
Those poor Texans.
My only decision was whether or not to make it a 1 or a 2. And I want to make it a little more spicy. I'm going to make it the 2.
Yeah, because if you made it the 1, it's like, you know, that's white. That's white versus spicy.
I'm playing it safe, yeah.
That's just, you added some cracked black pepper to the mayo. This is, okay, you know, you added a few drops of sriracha to the mayo. You're doing all right.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find people. I'm starting rated bites. And lastly, for my 3-pointer, because of all the things that I said recapping the Giants-Bears game, if the Giants can't beat the Vikings, the Bears certainly can't beat the Vikings. I'm going to take the Vikings for my 3.
Good
picks.
It's a non-primetime game. That means we're going to get good Kirk Cousins.
Well, I don't know. He was good in the pseudo-prime time.
It's at home. 9:30 a.m. is not primetime. I'm sorry.
But
it might be a special game. It's like 2:30 in the afternoon in London.
Yeah, but it was the only game on, so all eyes were on Kirk Cousins.
Except it was in London, so no eyes were on Kirk Cousins. Probably because Man City was playing that day or some shit. Okay, yeah, Vikings for 3, Jags 2, Niners 1.
Good picks. Am I up?
Good picks.
Yep, you're up.
All right, my number 1 pick. I keep picking them and I keep fucking losing points on it. We're going with Detroit over New England.
Ooh.
And
this fills out your Detroit picks, I believe.
Good.
Will it not?
No.
Good, so I can't pick them again.
No. Pause. This is your second pick of the Lions. I also have 2 picks of the Lions.
All right, I'm taking them at my 1 point pick, and I'll tell you why. Detroit can score some fucking points, but
Yes,
they cannot stop another team from scoring some fucking points. And you know what?
They can't.
I don't think New England's got it in them to score a lot of points.
You don't think Zappy is
Bailey
the Hall of Fame caliber quarterback?
No, I don't
Shame
think
on you.
Zappy and Ramondre Stevenson and
Wacky Zappy.
you can leave that door wide open, and I think they can only get maybe like 24 points. And Detroit, I don't think they're going to score as many points as they have in the past and against the New England defense, but I don't know. I think Detroit is going to put up enough points to outscore New England. So that's my 1 point pick.
I love it only because fuck what's his face? The guy who heads Barstool? Portnoy. He's like, oh, the Patriots are like the best 1-3 team. I want the Lions to absolutely destroy New England so that he can eat his fucking words.
I like taking a 1 point pick with a little bit of a not a storyline, but like a little bit of oomph to
I like it.
So that's my 1 point pick. 2 point pick. I am gonna go with San Fran over Carolina because I feel like it's a safe pick. And I don't know. Garoppolo is like, you guys didn't want me. I'm gonna show you what I'm good at. Until he gets into a playoff game and then shits the bed. But until he gets there, he's gonna probably ball out this season. I think. Debo looks fucking fantastic, man.
Yeah.
And they got another running back that looks pretty good too on San Fran. So I'm going with them. And finally, I'm taking a 3 point pick with my Buffalo Bills beating the Pittsburgh Steelers. We want revenge. Last year, we started off the season 0-1 because we fucking somehow shit the bed against the Pittsburgh Steelers in week 1. We ain't going to let that fucking happen again. I'll tell you what. This game is going to not only be a barn burner, but we're going scorched earth. We're putting up over 30 points. Easy over this team. That defense without fucking TJ Watt, without him, it fucking sucks.
Yes,
So,
it does.
I'm going to be on my feet all game. I'm going into the game, and it's just going to be touchdown city.
What time is that game?
It's a 1 o'clock game. It's a 1 o'clock game.
Okay.
Nothing special. It's going to be fun. That's it. I won't keep Brandon too much longer because I know he's got his shit going on.
Yep.
Yeah, I just got all the invites out. I'm setting up the stream now.
Sounds good. Next week, guys. I know this week we're a little strapped because of a couple different things we had to reschedule, but next week we'll try to get another little talk show event in. Maybe we'll rank quarterbacks. And yeah. Maybe we'll also kind of like rank everyone's. We'll go through the positionings and see how close to our power rankings they are.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. Also, week 4 was not uploaded to YouTube yet, so I'll get both of those done. But the highlight was saved, so I don't have to worry about it like losing it. I'll get both of these episodes up on YouTube probably by the end of tomorrow. But that's it. We're gonna wrap it up.
All right.
Catch you guys next week.